that is. We're back here with Mindy Kaling. Last time you and I were together, I saw you at the U.S. Open.
Yes.
This summer, which was lovely to run into you there.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time? I think you were, we were leaving and you were coming in. I think
Yes.
that was, what, did you have a good time?
I had an amazing time.
Yeah.
At the U.S. Open,
Yeah.
they do the thing where they cut to celebrities in the
Right,
audience.
yeah, they cut to the audience, goes, ooh, like that.
And I kept thinking, like, well, you know, they cut to, like, Bad Bunny and Anna Wintour, and I was thinking, like, oh, they're gonna cut to me, maybe. And so I didn't eat or anything, because I didn't want to be,
Sure.
I've made that mistake before.
Yes.
Where I've been, like, eating a slice of pizza when
You
they
looked
cut to me.
lovely. You had some
Thank
sort
you.
of cream outfit on or something like that.
And they didn't even cut to me. Did they cut to you?
They did. But the thing is, was that the semifinals or the finals?
I think it was the finals. There's
The finals.
nothing more humbling than waiting for a camera to cut to you.
No, I
and
can
then,
think of something more humbling. Is
Yeah.
if the camera cuts to you and no one applauds. Because
Did that
I
happen?
went to the semis the week before. I was lucky enough to be invited by the good people at Cadillac. And I went to the semis, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. I'm at the semifinals of the US Open, and people are like, woo, Colbert, great, I've made it.
Yeah.
And I go to the finals, and they cut to me, silence. And I'm thinking like, oh, no one's paying attention. Then it cuts to John Hamm. Woo!
John Hamm.
John Hamm. And I ran into him at the Emmys and I said, I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah.
I'm mad at you. And he goes, what did I do? And I said, you got applause, and I didn't. And his wife, his lovely wife, said, I think maybe that they just hadn't seen yet, because you were the first person they cut to, and they weren't
Primed.
ready. And I said, you I like, John, still mad at you. What would you do if they did cut to you, though?
Okay,
Do you have
well,
a game?
I'll say this. I once went to a basketball game, and they did another celeb cam. This entire interview is just times when I am excited about getting noticed in magazines and TV.
Welcome to Hollywood. Yes?
Also, why were you excited at the US Open? You have your own TV show. You're like constantly
Yeah,
being
but these
cut
people
to.
are here to see me. People aren't. But
get
it's
so
just, that's
much
like your family's like, of
attention.
course my mom is applauding for me. But they go to U.S. Open. I'm not a sports guy, but I'm at the U.S. Open, and the
Yeah.
people there go like, look, oh, I guess some people watch the show. You know,
Yes,
that's what
yes,
it feels like.
Okay.
Are you surprised that performers are insecure? Is this your first
No, I just-
interaction with a comedian?
I just feel like I'm not on a show right now, so when I go there to the
You are
US
on a show
Open,
right now.
No, thank
You're
you.
on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Thank you.
You are welcome anytime
Thank
you want.
you, thank you.
I apologize, you were saying something.
So I was at a basketball game with my friend BJ Novak, and when they cut to the two of us, and I remember I had this feeling of like, you gotta give them something. They're cutting to you. You gotta do something funny. And so when they came, I did like a dance like that, which I thought was cool.
That was lovely, yeah.
And BJ, I looked over to him, and he was just sort of like sitting like this with like a little like smize on his face. And I remember thinking in that moment, like, he has no energy, like this is not gonna go over well.
No game.
Later I saw it on Instagram. I look like an idiot, and you looked so cool.
Wow.
But this, yeah, so like I think the lesson that I learned from that is give them less.
Always want them
Leave them wanting
something.
something, yeah. But, so maybe it was good that they didn't cut to me at the US Open.
Yet another congratulations, season 3 of Sex Lives of College Girls.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Quick question, is that inspired by your college experience?
I'm like kind of a prude, actually.
Really?
Which people would be surprised at given the name of my show. But I think it's like, I don't know, I think the show is really fun, and I think it's nice to have a show that's like so different than my experience that I had.
What if you had to name the show after your actual experience in college? What would it have been?
Eating chicken cheesesteaks in the dining hall at like 2 a.m.
That sounds good too, though.
Thank you.
That sounds really good. So I heard you're teaching a master class.
Yes.
Okay, I'm curious about that. Like, do you have to like? What are you teaching a master class in?
Well, okay, so the truth is that they asked me to do a master class. Do you guys know what master classes are?
Yeah, you see those ads online, like,
it's like a
sure,
TED
I'm Ron
Talk.
Howard,
You
I'm
have to
going to
pay
teach
for
you to direct. or something
Exactly,
like that,
yes,
yeah.
exactly. So they asked me to do one 10 years ago, and I thought, like, I don't feel like I know enough yet to be able to do this. And then you know, more recently I was looking at it and I was like, some of the people they have in here are like, oh, they're great. Like, like I can do this. No, I'm just kidding. The people at Masterclass are great. But I was like, okay, like I know enough. They're not gonna be like that.
Let's class this joint up a little bit.
No, they have excellent people, but finally I felt like I had something to offer. And the truth is that when I was a teenager and I was in my 20s, I wanted to be a TV writer, but I didn't have access and I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know anybody in the business and I just wanted someone to tell me how to do it. So I thought that I would shoot something that really like got into the details of how you can make it if you don't have connections and you just it's your passion. And so that's what I want to do is
when
like
is this available? Because every single person who asks me how do I like get into the business, I'm gonna say just watch Mindy's Masterclass.
Thank you. Yeah.
When is this available to people?
I think it's like mid-December in time for Christmas, so you can, you know. And so I really want like young people to watch it and learn from it and just not to get as good as me. Like that's like the goal.
Mindy, lovely to see you again.
So good to see you. Thank you, Stephen.
The Sex Lives of College Girls airs Thursdays on Max. It's Mindy Kaling, everybody. We'll be right back.